Hello and welcome. My name is Tom Shima, and today is Wednesday, June 24th. I'm going to be continuing to play the game Persona 3 Reload as a part of my Persona A Day series. That's why I've been playing the game one in-game day at a time as it lines up with the real calendar. I'm going to go over what we did yesterday to make sure we're all caught up and coming in today with the same information. Then we'll get into today's gameplay and see where that takes us. And after that, we'll come back here and talk about it a little bit more. For anybody watching on YouTube, I will have timestamps in the description in case you want to jump ahead to a specific section. And please be aware that as this is a full playthrough of the game, we will be encountering spoilers. So let's start off then by taking a look at what we did yesterday on Tuesday, June 23rd. It was a pretty standard day of school. Nothing really stood out. Kind of nice for Tuesday, just to have an easy day. The only real thing that I did notice was a lot of different students talking about that revenge website. We've heard rumors about some sort of website out there that you can post a name or a person that you want revenge taken on, and somehow, some way, that revenge is taken on that person. We've had a lot of different students talking about it. There was even somebody, a businessman in the afternoon, talking about hearing about that site at work as well. Nobody seemed to have any concrete information. Nobody used it themselves or had a link that they could share, but it was one of those rumors that just abounds everywhere. So that stood out to me. But like I said, it was an easy school day that led to an afternoon, and I made time to spend with the elderly couple. It had been a long time since I'd gotten over to see them, and I really wanted to catch back up with them. So I headed over to Bookworms, and they were excited to see me. We were looking into the information about the persimmon tree. I was trying to hear what I could at school to see what sort of rumors there were about that, and just to try to tell them what I could find out. There's that persimmon tree in the courtyard that's going to be cut down, or that's what the rumors say anyway. And they seem to have some sort of connection to that, and they really appreciate me looking into it. And they kind of said again yesterday, don't go out of your way. This is just a selfish request of ours. You don't need to burden yourself with it. But I figured that this is something so important to them that it's just as important to me as a result. And they were happy to hear that, and they shared a bit more about why it's important to them. They revealed that their son, who had passed away in an accident, used to be a teacher at Gekkoukan. And his very first year teaching there, he and his first class planted that persimmon tree, which obviously shows just how important that would be to the elderly couple there. It's something totally irreplaceable, and I can see just why they care about it so much. So that reaffirmed my commitment to it, and they were happy to see that, and they're also committed to doing what they can to protect that tree. And so rather than any of us getting depressed, we all kind of shored up our plans to do what we can to stay positive and try to stop this from happening. So it was kind of nice just to be all on the same page on that. We all felt a bit closer, and that increased the Hierophant social link rank to 5. So it was a really good afternoon. I was glad to have a chance to catch up with them. So after that, I started making my way back to the dorm. And while I was headed there, we were treated to a cutscene between Shinjiro Aragaki and Akihiko at Hagakure Ramen. Aragaki was already there eating when Akihiko came in and sat down next to him. And Akihiko just kind of turned to him and said, you know, Shinji, the team's gotten bigger. There's 4 new recruits. We've been exploring. We've been finding things out. We could really use your help. We could use your power to contribute to this. There were a lot of vague things that the two of them obviously knew, but we as observers, third parties, did not know. But there are some things we could potentially infer. Aragaki kind of just turned to him and said, no, I don't want that. I'm done with my power. I have no interest in helping out with any of this anymore. I want to put that part of my life behind me. Akihiko wasn't happy to hear that. He was trying to get him to reconsider. You know, we really do need your help. Your power could really change things for us. But Aragaki wanted nothing to do with it. He just, again said no, stood up and walked out. Akihiko didn't seem, obviously he wasn't happy to hear that. He doesn't sound like he's going to give up, but he sounds like it's got an uphill battle to try to convince him going forward. And so from there, it transitioned back to control over my character as I was arriving back at the dorm. Since Akihiko was out, I decided I didn't really want to go to Tartarus. We've already reached the barrier floor anyway, so going shorthanded wouldn't have really been that great anyway, so there were other things calling for my attention in the night. I headed out like I normally do, made my way towards Club Escapade, and as I was leaving, I'd remembered there's the guy in the back that sells websites, or links to websites. And I just kind of wondered, with all the talk about the revenge website, if maybe he'd have any information. And not only did he have information, he had the actual link to the revenge website itself. So of course I had to buy that. It was just 500 yen, an easy thing to afford. So I bought that from him while I was there. On the way back to the dorm, I also encountered the man in the suit by the fountain in the mall there. He was the one who said that I was not charming enough in the past to even waste his time with. But having leveled up my charm over the weekend, I talked to him again, and Now, apparently, I was charming enough. He kind of looked me over and said, yeah, you'll do. You seem to fit what I need. And he talked about this wonderful investment opportunity he had. For the low, low price of 20,000 yen, he could return 10 times that. No, 100 times that. It was almost a guarantee, and don't tell anybody about this, that kind of offer. So I just need 20,000 yen, which of course, every red flag and warning is going off in your head, and you would never do this in real life. But we kind of reasoned it out that the game wants us to go this direction because why else would the opportunity be there? So ignoring better judgment, I gave him 20,000 yen, and he smiled and said, "Oh, okay, good, you can go now." And I kind of I can go? He's like, "Oh, yeah, I'll get back to you once I've invested this money for you, and I'll show you what this investment returns for you." So it looks like I have to come back another time to see the outcome of my investment. So I'll keep my eye out for him next time I'm around. But that left the rest of the evening open, so I made my way back to the dorm. There were a couple social options I could do around the dorm, but having that revenge website link in my pocket, I really wanted to take the time to look at that. I heard all those rumors throughout the day about it and the couple days leading up to this, so it felt like the game was really trying to push me in that direction. So I used the shared computer for that, followed the link, and it was the true, authentic revenge website. It looked like there were lots of people posting things about people they wanted revenge on. And it just sounded like a very negative place. It was just full of people complaining and posting things that the people need revenge taken on. And so I endured as much of that as I could to confirm the validity of it, and it lived up or down to the name, depending on how you want to look at that. I did gain some courage by subjecting myself to it, so that was nice. But after I had all I could take of that, I made my way upstairs to my room to get ready for bed. And it was nice to just have that real knowledge. I'm not basing my information off of rumors anymore because I have seen the real website. I know what sort of things are discussed there. I know how to get to it, how to get back to it. I have seen it. We don't know the specifics of how it works, but I can confirm that it is indeed a real thing. So kind of like that investigation the other week about the ghost stories with Fuka. It's parsing out what's real and what's rumor, and I've seen more of the real side of it now. So I made my way upstairs to my room, tried to relax after spending an evening like that, and just get some sleep as the evening wore on. So got to bed, got rested up, and that brought me into Wednesday. I will get us over to the game. We'll see just how Wednesday goes, and I think it should be another fun day. Okay, so this is where we left off at the end of Tuesday. I gained a little bit of progress in courage, not enough to level up, but I didn't expect that considering we leveled up both our charm and our courage over the weekend. So I'm a smooth, tough, above average student now. All good things. But yep, I headed back up to my room after that to get some sleep. And so here it is, Wednesday the 24th. We've caught up with the real calendar now. Let's get into the day. Morning. Nice upbeat greeting from Junpei, considering the music isn't quite so peppy. Hey, is it just me, or has Yuka-tan been acting weird lately? She does seem to kind of have she's definitely got a lot going on in her head. She was kind of concerned about the stuff we talked about with the chairman on Saturday. He'd come over and talked about some new discoveries with the shadows, and potentially understanding more about how they're classified and the big shadows that have been appearing, following a bit of a trend alongside those classifications. And even then, he acknowledged the things we don't know, but that kind of got Yukari thinking more about just how much we really don't know about Tartarus and about the shadows, and kind of wondering if we'll ever be able to figure all of this out. And it really does seem like a daunting task, but the only thing we can do is keep going forward, trying to learn all we can about it. But that seems to have been on her mind for the last few days, from what I've noticed. So yeah, I mean, I have sort of noticed that she's been acting weird. Not in a bad way. I mean, I'm not saying it's a wrong sort of thing. She's legitimately concerned about these things, and they are on her mind, so I'm not trying to downplay that in any way. Yeah, you noticed it too. Yeah, she's been thinking way too hard about why Tartarus exists and all that. I suppose there's a happy medium between thinking too hard about it and ignoring it entirely. It's hard to get too caught up thinking about something that you can't actually solve, but there's the other side of that and just straight up giving up. You're never going to solve a problem by giving up, so it's that fine line of working within the parameters you have, I guess. Or there's the Junpei approach. I mean, who cares, am I right? I wouldn't take that side of it either. That's the other extreme. That's the opposite of overanalyzing it. But, I mean, they both have their approach. I'm not going to go to either extreme necessarily, but it's interesting to see the different sides of it portrayed between the team. Yeah, but looks like we're headed to class from here. Okay, and it was apparently a standard day. Nothing the game called out to us, so we made it through our classes. Maybe spent lunch with Junpei talking a bit more about the shadows. Or maybe with Yukari, I don't know. We've got that nice afternoon light pouring through the windows now, so our day is behind us. Let's get the game saved. Okay. How about our phone? Keisuke Hiraga, the art club. Be nice to see them again. Painting buddy. Hi, you coming to the art club today? Hope to see you there. Ooh, Maiko. Promise. Did you tell anyone that I'm running away from home? Yeah, when we left off with Maiko, it wasn't a happy time. She was asking her parents why they were considering getting a divorce, and she kept asking, and neither of them took it well. Neither of them reacted the right way to her, and made things worse. And so she had those concerns that not only do they not love each other anymore, but she's worried that they don't love her anymore either. Which I tried to tell her the other day. That was obviously not true. Well, not obviously not true, but it's definitely not true. But she still wasn't sure, considering how they acted when she was asking questions. And so she came up with a way to prove it. She figured if she ran away from home, they would have to work together and look for her. And if they did that, that would prove they loved her. Which I did not want. I tried to dissuade her as much as possible in the moment there. But it looks like that plan of hers stuck around. So seeing this text here kind of shifts my focus for the day. There were a lot of things I was considering doing, but when you see a text like this, that kind of that changes it all a little bit. So something is really going to have to stand out more than this to draw me away from wanting to spend the afternoon with Maiko. Bunkichi, an old man's request. My dear Tom-chan, won't you come visit us? From Bunkichi. It was a really good visit yesterday, and I was glad to have the time to do that. I'd like to do it again, but nothing against the elderly couple, but side by side with Maiko there, I kind of have to pick Maiko. An ad from Wakatsu. Healthy brain food. Are you eating well? Keeping a well-balanced diet nourishes your brain, which in turn can improve your studies. We prepare great food with all our hearts just for you. Remember, a healthy brain stems from healthy food. Wakatsu's got your back. All right. How did everybody else spend their day? Very much social links again. Odagiri, Hiraga, Maiko, and Yuko. Oh, I'd love to see Yuko again, too. But again, after a text like that from Maiko, talking about running away, I feel like I would just be so irresponsible not to properly follow up with her on that. Saying I want to spend time seeing Yuko as opposed to checking on an elementary schooler threatening to run away. It's a really hard case to try to make, and I don't think I can make that case. But I will still take a stroll as we make our way towards Naganaki Shrine and see who else is around to talk to. Ooh, and there's Bebe. It would be nice to get back to the fashion club as well. And there's Yuko. But again, I mean, I'm not regretting having... Well, I'm regretting the potential for why the meeting with Maiko could happen, but I'm not saying that... I'm not blaming Maiko for this. Like, oh, she's taking me away from my other things. It's like, no, she's dealing with something really hard, and she's taking a potentially dangerous approach to it, so... I want to be there for her like I've been promising before. I can still talk to Phone Addicted Student along the way, though. I'm thinking about downloading games to my phone, but I don't know. They say it's cheap, but it all adds up. That is true. Got any recommendations? Interesting. I mean, they all sound fun in various ways. I like all the different genres here. My first thought, since it's a phone, is you try a puzzle game. Usually they're more bite-sized, approachable. For the time, you've just got a little bit of time. I mean, a lot of times RPGs are interesting, and they're like the idle-based sort of thing, so you can kind of just more or less let it play itself. Card games are a similar vein to a puzzle game, but they take a bit more focus and thought. Not that a puzzle doesn't take focus or thought, but it just seems like a puzzle could potentially be short enough to be a game, but still keep you open enough to the real-world responsibilities around you. The kind of thing where you've got 5 minutes sort of thing. So I'm going to recommend a puzzle game. Okay, I'll try to remember that. While we're here, I did want to step out and see. I did kind of walk into the courtyard, but I wasn't paying that much attention while I was out there. But I wanted to stop by the persimmon tree and see if anybody else was talking about it. Doesn't look like it's still just that same friendly student. The persimmon tree is going to be cut down. What a waste. I so wanted to try its fruit. Yeah, that was the same stuff we heard the other day, so no new information to take to the elderly couple. But I do want to remain committed to trying to help them out with that as well where I can. Here's the art club. Again, it'd be another fun place to stop for the day, but there will hopefully be other days for that. Let's head down here to Port Island Station and see the sights along the way. You guys can probably expect where I'm going. I'll stop by Screenshot. I'll stop by the outskirts there. I could watch an academic movie, but probably not today. Seeing the title there is enough for me today. Here in the outskirts, things are looking normal. I'll kind of mix it up and look at the scaredy cat over here. They'll run away if I get too close. Delinquents are looking good. But the star of the back alleys here is the weak cat. Mew. Always nice to see the weak cat, and that everything is doing well back there. I mean, I prefer it if it was a healthy cat or a strong cat, but it's still like an unofficial mascot for our stream. Maybe I should make it official one of these days. And we are seeing more of the apathy syndrome sufferers around. We're 13 days now from the full moon, so assuming the trend continues and the full moon is when things happen, that's what we've got to look forward to, or to plan for anyway, I should say. Yep, I don't see anything here specifically. Bookworms is open. So there's one more stop along the way. Well, kind of around the way. We're probably going to go back along the other station to get to the Polonia Mall. Like ride the train around this afternoon. And I've already subjected you guys to the apathy syndrome people around here, so I won't read their dialogue again. Let's play at Game Parade today. You're the answer to work on academics, and Edgar's House of Fortunes. Gotta check in on the pharmacist here, see if he's still talking about how hot it is. Gosh, it's getting hot again. Yeah, we're looking at late June now. July's right around the corner. But I'm not here to shop. I stocked up the other day, so I'm good with what he's got in his current inventory.
Done already?
It was a quick stop, but I just wanted to say hi. Hope you're having a good day.
Thanks.
I believe I should be good with a persona for Maiko still. Yep, Inugami. Almost fused him away the other day because I didn't figure I'd make it back to play with Maiko again recently, but with that text today, that kind of changes it all. Elizabeth, how are you doing today?
Are you accepting a request?
Yep, still the same 3 requests, so I'm not missing anything there.
Very well, then.
I'll stop in real quick and say hi to Igor as well. Having made it to a barrier floor on Tartarus, there's not a huge draw for me to have to start climbing right away again, so if this is the only time I see him today, that'll be enough. But Igor, Elizabeth, thank you so much for being there for me, for helping out with the personas, and just taking good care of me. Hope you're having a great day, and I'll see you when I do.
We look forward to your next visit.
Short, to the point, but enough for them to get on with their own day. I don't know what else they get up to in the Velvet Room there, but I can't believe that I'm the only one they interact with, so just enough to stop in and say hi and know that I'm thinking about them. And the same with Officer Kurosawa here. I'm all caught up on the gear that he sells, so this is just kind of a check-in, say hi, and hope he's having a nice, peaceful day as well.
You finished?
I am. Thanks for all you do.
Come back soon.
Kind of just streamlining our typical social activities here. There's Suimitsu. Again, he blends in so well on the bench over there that I can overlook him at times, but I want to get better about that. So he's another one I want to get back to spending some time with. I think I've only really encountered him the one time. But like we said, definitely with the text from Maiko, that should be where my focus should be today. You know, let's take a few deep breaths while we're over here, kind of enjoy some nature and calm down before I... All right, everybody nice and calm? I'm feeling good. Let's head over and see how Maiko is and hope that things are going as well as they can, all things considered. Let's get the game saved while we're here. I also will catch us back up on the game summary of our social link here. Girl at the shrine here. Yeah, so we are rank 5. Last time we were together the other day, Maiko tearfully confided that her father hit her when she asked about the divorce. She begins to wonder whether her parents actually hate her and is considering running away. Not the summary I wanted to read. It's not meant to be a positive thing, so I mean, you're right to feel bad about that. And I definitely do. It's a well-written scene, but it's still kind of a challenge to present to you guys in any sort of fun way, because it's not supposed to be a fun story there. But hopefully we can just keep things going and turn it to a more positive direction. I mean, the fact that Maiko is here and she hasn't run away yet, that right there I'm going to take is good and encouraging. Hopefully I can talk her away from this plan this time around. Well, she's already got tears in her eyes, so it's a tough start already, but she does seem hopefully excited that I came. Yeah, you came. Mom and Dad, I've got Inugami, so I can get a little bit closer. I'm definitely going to spend time with Maiko today. Especially now, seeing her like this and say, oh, sorry, I'm busy now. It's like, I'd be a monster to react like that. So she says thank you. I
can't take it anymore. Mom and Dad just keep fighting.
You hate to hear it, and she doesn't know why, and so that's just that much harder.
I begged them to stop fighting so much, but they told me to leave them alone. I made up my mind. I have to run away from home.
My first reaction is that don't do it. I mean, that sounds so dangerous. My least likely answer is it's up to you, because while technically she does have the ability to make that choice, I do not want to encourage that. Like I say, this is not something I think she should do. This is dangerous. So saying it's up to you, that almost invites, yeah, do it. There is the caution of taking the other hardline approach of straight out saying don't do it, though, and kind of losing that level of trust that she has in me. I mean, right now, I am her ally in this, and she thinks, well, I like to think as well, though she does trust me. And I want to maintain that trust because I want to keep her grounded in some facet of reality. If she runs away and loses all contact with everything around her, that just invites more bad things to happen. And the same option for calm down came up the other day when interacting with Bunkichi and his wife. And she was getting excited about something or agitated, thinking about the tree, and there was the option to say it's going to be okay or to tell her to calm down. And I went with the, it's going to be okay approach rather than trying to dismiss her feelings. So there's that same logic in my brain that is a little hesitant today to try to tell Maiko to calm down, because it's the worst thing that could be happening for her. This is her entire world changing. And so for some outsider to say calm down and almost talk about it like it's nothing, I'm not sure that would go over very well either. So once again, the Hanged Man social link here has me kind of feeling kind of feeling trapped, kind of feeling like the hanged man there, and that I'm full of 3 choices that all have dubious potential. She doesn't know what else to do, so telling her not to do it invalidates the plan that she thinks will work. I mean, if I can get her to calm down, maybe we could talk a bit more rationally. Maybe she'll listen to more of what I have to say without jumping to the conclusion that she needs to take extreme measures. I'm not going to go with it's up to you. I don't want to empower dangerous decisions like that. So it's really, for me, a choice between don't do it and calm down. Neither one feels like a good choice. There are some times where I'm making these social link choices and one stands out as like, okay, this is the choice. But now it's more of a which choice is the lesser of 2 evils here. I don't want her to do it, and I would like her to calm down. And the fact that I'm dealing with an elementary schooler as well, she's already in a high emotional state, and she's probably going to react as one would expect an elementary schooler in this situation to react. So I'm not holding that against her, obviously, but I don't want to make things worse. So I'm going to just stare at her for minutes here, debating my answer in my head with you guys. So thank you for listening to me as I talk this out. I mean, she did say that she's made up her mind. I mean, saying it's up to you, that really does sound too much like I condone that choice, and I don't. I don't. And this is the one thing she thinks she has agency and control over, so telling her not to do it throws her back into that powerless state. So maybe there's a happy medium. Maybe I can try to talk her back a little bit without invalidating the real concerns she has about the situation her family is experiencing. I don't feel great about the choice, but I think I'm going to go with calm down.
Okay. Sorry, I don't want to be a brat.
And that wasn't where I was going. I mean, I'm glad it didn't push her away from me. I do take that as a positive. But I wasn't also trying to admonish her for anything. I just kind of want her to approach this, I was going to say rationally, but it's hard to convince an elementary school student to approach something rationally. I mean, it's hard enough to get a high school student like me to approach it rationally, so I'm glad she didn't instantly push back on the choice, though.
I made up my mind, and I'm gonna run away. I better start packing soon.
It's not a laughing matter, but I like the kid-level logic of how responsible that sounds. I mean, she's come across as responsible in the past as well. She talks about helping out around the house, and she had to get home early one day to help out with the laundry. So I do like that responsible elementary schooler thought of, I'm going to run away, so what do I need to do that? I need to pack. Obviously, I need to prepare, so... Again, I'm not trying to make light of this because it is not that sort of situation, but still, it stands out.
Hey, what should I bring if I'm running away from home?
There's an interesting question.
I need lots of snacks, right? And my insurance card?
I love the way that was voiced, the way the dialogue was written as well, but the voice acting there was just so perfect. It was so capturing the vibe of a kid that doesn't really know what they're talking about. They're using the phrase they've heard before, insurance card. It's like, oh yeah, I've heard when people go places, they need to have their insurance card. So I need my insurance card. I don't know what it is or why I need it, but that's one of those things you need when you need to go places, right? And then, of course, lots of snacks because, yeah. Obviously, that's not enough. You know, my take more on this is leaning towards the it'll take more than that, is to kind of get her to see just the undertaking of what it would take to, well, I mean, I don't want to take this as a challenge for her either, but if she has to prepare more, I guess maybe that will get her, or give it time, I guess. It kind of delay the running away if it were to happen at all. I don't want it to happen. I mean, that is the biggest concern here. And obviously, snacks and an insurance card is not enough to run away with, so everything just leans me towards telling her it'll take more than that.
What? That's not enough?
And I guess to some extent, maybe it'll also come across like I am taking this seriously for her. Because, I mean, while I'm not, if one was actually running away, you're going to need a lot of things. I mean, snacks covers your food, but you know, a source of something to drink. I mean, is that part of snacks? I don't know. And obviously clothes. Where are you going to go?
Okay. What else? Maybe my PJs and my toothbrush? Is there more?
She's trying really hard on this, and I mean, you know, I do give her credit for that, even if it is giving her credit for something I don't want her to do. She's very much taking it seriously. Micah was deep in thought.
Either way, I'm gonna give it a try.
That's not the resolution I wanted her to come to.
Don't worry. I'll be just fine, okay?
It's kind of impossible not to worry for a situation like that. I want it to be true. I mean, more than anything, I want her to be fine, but we've seen what this town is like at times, so for her out there by herself, that just sounds like a very bad situation. Positive thoughts will get you far, but reality will still get you if you're not ready for it.
I'm gonna miss playing with you, though.
Well, there you go. We have to keep hanging out then. You know, too bad about running away, but we'll have to keep playing here then. I'll miss you too much. It would be too sad for me to not have you, Maiko, so I need you to come back. I need you. Maiko seems fond of me. It wouldn't really be fair for me to guilt her like that, but I'm glad she's fond of me. I still don't like the line of thought she's pursuing here, but I do feel like we're getting closer. So that is ranked 6 for the Hanged Man social link, the girl at the shrine, Maiko. Still pursuing a path I don't think she should be taking. I'm going to just keep trying to be there for her as best I'm able. And, you know, I am on her side. That's as much as I can do. Well, that's not technically true. I have this information, so there's that moral conundrum of at what point do I take the plan to run away as a serious thing and alert proper people, her parents specifically. I know it's rough at home, so maybe there are other avenues I could go. This kind of feels like one of those social links. It would be fun to have a chance to incorporate other people that I know. I mean, Mitsuru, she seems like the perfect resource for something like this. She's well-connected, she's well-informed. She's burdened with a lot of other things, but she's also told me to come to her anytime I need help with stuff. And this kind of feels like one of those situations where a high schooler by himself, I don't feel equipped to handle this necessarily, so it would just be to everybody's benefit for me to rely on the strengths of others to supplement my own. But tangents aside, rank 6 in the Hanged Man, so positive progress there.
When I run away, Mom and Dad will have to work together to find me. This is gonna be great.
Yeah. I didn't even know how to respond to that for her. I mean, I don't want to wish her luck because, again, I don't want this to happen. I'm happy she's happy, but I'm not happy for the reason she's happy.
I gotta make sure I'm ready to go.
And I guess to some extent, I do have to trust her parents as well. I mean, they are her parents. The things that have happened recently don't lend a lot of good faith in my view of them, but they were there for her birthday, so obviously they do care about her, so maybe they will be able to catch wind of this runaway plan and hopefully interject before a real problem arises. Ooh, okay, I walked Maiko home. This feels like one of the first times in a long time that I've actually walked Maiko home. So often it just feels like, I've called it out before, just such a weird thing that we'll just randomly part ways at, like, you know, Octopia at the at the Iwatodai Station Mall, and it's like, oh yeah, she's just gonna take off on her own from here. And I've said before, it's like, why am I not walking her home? So I really love that the game let me actually walk her home today before I return to the dorm. I'm showing a little bit of responsibility. So that was quite the afternoon. Not the direction I thought it was going to go, but thankfully it didn't go in a worse direction.
Welcome back.
Oh, Fuka. Hi, how was your day? All right. Looks like everybody's enjoying their time in the lounge here. I'm going to head upstairs, put my bag away, and let's decide how I want to spend the evening. So we'll stop and, we'll put our bag away here. Got a couple ads. A limited menu today. Today is our special menu day. We only have limited quantities, so get yours before they run out. First come, first served. Our tender pork is a friend of beautiful skin. Make yourself shine by eating at Hagakure. Game parade. Games. Come play our popular crane game and try to win a prize. Then stick around and hop into one of our many immersive video games. There's great fun to be had, whether you're alone or with friends. We can't wait to see you. And it's Wednesday, so for the first 3 days of the week, Chagall usually has open positions for part-time work. Today's no different. Part-time position open. We hope everyone is having a great day. Chagall is looking for someone to work at the cafe today. Students may apply, no experience required. This is a paid position, and perks include free pheromone coffee. We look forward to meeting you. Alright. A few people went to Tartarus. We've already rescued Ayako Yoshimoto there, and we've reached a barrier floor, or at least I really think we have. I'm still kind of confused seeing 63, like I've said there, because if I had to put money on it, I would really say we made it to 69, so I'm really surprised to not see more people bringing that average number up if that is indeed the case. It's very true that I could be misremembering. That happens more often than it probably should, but everyone's average level's a little north of mine, but not too far off. I'm around 23 or 24. There will be times where I want to get back to Tartarus before the full moon, but not tonight. So, most people went daily life activities then. The one that stands out as one I haven't done before is cooking with Sonata. I did see him down there. We've got 2 days, I think it is, to go harvest the tomatoes on the roof. And I want to kind of continue the afternoon ritual I've been going through of stopping at the kitchen, because I've got that lukewarm taiyaki I bought probably a month ago now that I've been carrying around with me that I want to get in the fridge here, and it won't be clean until the 30th. It was also cleaned about a week or two back, and I missed that day. I talked about it the day before, and I realized after the stream was ending that I'd missed that window. So I need to wait till the next clearance date to have a chance to put anything in. So 6:30 is the day I can hopefully do that. It might be fun to come spend some time with Akihiko. We've got everybody here to talk to as well. Yukari, our Persona's abilities are amazing, aren't they? Secret powers that only we have? It's actually pretty cool, huh? It is. Almost sounds like I'm talking to Junpei when she says it like that, too. It's kind of a shame we can't tell anyone about them. She probably wouldn't appreciate it if I said she was, sounding like Junpei. Not that I have anything wrong with it, but she seems to take some level of offense to that sometimes.
By the way,
Shadows come in all shapes and sizes, huh? Well, they're all creepy as hell. I wonder how they ended up looking that way, or the way they do. That's a fair question. Add that to the list of things we don't know about the shadows. Why do they have the appearances they do? Is it significant? Is it coincidence? Is it something about the nature of the entities themselves? More questions. And Mitsuru here. Our abilities are quite inexplicable. Not just anyone can acquire them, and we're still unaware of what exactly triggers an awakening. And yet, we would be quite lost without our abilities, wouldn't we? We definitely would. Again, this kind of furthers that narrative, too, of just how much we don't know, which has been the theme of the day, it seems. What can TV supplement for us? Tourists flocking to the aquarium to see the sea hares. A warning for tourists, though. Be careful of the dry weather and guard against heat stroke. Next, a report on more people standing in the road blocking traffic. That's interesting. We did have a report about that the other night on the news. There was a girl who blocked traffic for some number of hours and delayed people. I assumed it had something to do with apathy syndrome, but seeing more notes of it, maybe there's more to it than that. But let's head out anyway and see the sights. I might make my way back to the dorm. Cooking with Akihiko sounds like it could be fun. I don't see any indicators out here of other activities I could do, so might be a good chance to just get to know Akihiko a little bit more as well. I've already subjected you guys to the grumbling apathy syndrome sufferers here, so I won't make you go through that again. It was You're the Answer at Game Parade, which is an academic-focused game. I'm looking good on my social stats. Take a long way around to get there. I'm level 4 in Charm and Courage, and level 3 in Academics. Still a little ways to go on all of them. I'd like to bring Academics in line with the other two, but I also want to work on my Courage to get to a high enough level to interact with Fuka after school. And Charm is great. I mean, that was the one I've been kind of working on to get to level 4 to interact with the man in the suit. So now that he's got my money, we'll see where that line goes. But that was kind of a roundabout way of saying I probably won't be going to Game Parade today. I can stop in here to Club Escapade, though. I don't see anybody standing... Oh, actually, the fortune teller's got something new to say. Now tell me, what shall it be? I want to know my future. Then let us begin. Shadows within shadows. Many shadows crawl amidst the immense shadow. 12 shadows, feasting upon the heart of man, monstrous yet dignified. They gather around you. Beware. Let us hope that you find fortune in your destiny. That does kind of seem to be in line with the new information we gained on Saturday. There are 12 classifications of shadow. We've encountered shadow classifications 1 through 4 in the large shadows during the full moons. So our hypothesis right now is that there are 8 more to go. There are, like I say, 12 classifications. We've done the first 4, so 12 minus 4 being 8. Nothing to see up here other than those couples I'd be bothering. Oh, looks like a normal night at Club Escapade. But nice to be able to stop here and say I did that with my evening as well. Yeah, I guess let's head over to Iwatodai Station Strip Mall. And then I'll probably end up working my way back towards the dorm, I think. Because it'd be nice to spend some time with Akihiko. He seems so focused on training and things that the thought of him doing much with food other than like reheating a bowl of ramen like when we were doing that study group seems like, I mean, it's unfair to pigeonhole him into saying that doesn't seem like something he would do, but it's always kind of fun to see those different sides of people that you don't necessarily expect. I mean, for all I know, he could be some sort of gourmet cook. Stop here, get cleaned up, probably think about the tomatoes that can be harvested in a couple days here. I think I'll talk to Akihiko and see how the evening goes from there. 2 more days. I've got some onions to plant in their place after I harvest them, so I've got enough to cover that. I think Tanaka's Amazing Commodities had a gardening set this coming Sunday, so I'll have to keep my eyes open for that. Akihiko, let's try something different today.
Oh, right.
Hey, do you know how to cook? I know of cooking. Does that count? I have to eat enough. Yeah, I have to eat enough to make up for what I burn during training, so it ends up being a lot of food. It's easier to just cook it all at once. I'd appreciate your help if you have the time. That makes sense. It seems like he must do this regularly enough if this is a core part of his training, so he must have some knowledge it'd be good for me to gain from. Looks like Sonata wants me to cook with him. That sounds like fun. Should I spend the evening with Sonata? So, can I count on you? Sure, I'll help.
I owe you one.
Thanks. Then let's get to it.
Chicken tenderloin, eggs, broccoli. We're gonna boil them one after the other.
All right. So far, so good.
This is a staple for an athlete. Full of valuable nutrients and not too hard to cook either.
Yeah.
The problem is what comes after. Next, you gotta portion everything out and then put it in the freezer. It's a lot of work.
That freezer's pretty crowded. I just checked it earlier this evening. Maybe that's why it's always crowded. But it also is kind of that this does fit Akihiko's preparedness style. We've seen him, working on getting his, mitts maintained and in order, and just the value of training. So I could totally see this being a face of that. And if I make all these meals in advance, properly portion them out, then I'll have exactly what I need when I need it, and I can focus on other things that aren't about meals from there. He does work hard. To some people, I could see that being a pain, but this is something he's choosing to do, and I can see why he's doing it. And the question about the protein powder not being enough, I could kind of see, but when you compare protein powder to things like chicken and broccoli, that kind of seems like no contest either. Just eating protein powder doesn't seem like a good way to get all the nutrients you're going to need, because it's more than just protein that these other foods will have. And just the psychological side of only eating some sort of powder-based supplement as opposed to real food. The psychological side you can't discount, so he does work hard. I already knew that, but I kind of want to reiterate that to him. He sure worked hard.
Not really. I'm just lazy, so I want to do everything in one go.
I can appreciate that logic as well.
But if I want to get stronger, I have to do whatever it takes.
Exactly. It's the kind of... He knows to put in the effort, and it's not just going to come to him. Only by hard work is he going to get the results he wants. And it just... He has to put the effort forward. It kind of feels in line with the entire concept of this playthrough. At the very beginning, signing that contract of taking responsibility for our actions. This is kind of like rearranging a math equation. If these are the results I want, then these are the actions I have to take to attain those results.
All right, let's get started.
Aye, aye.
It's done. This should last for a while.
Just like some of our school days. It's like a blink and you miss it sort of thing. But as much as he talked about this being a challenge for portioning things out, it kind of would have been cool to see a bit more of that talk about portioning things and just exactly what his process was like. We didn't need to see it, so we can kind of infer what those details were, but those details have already happened, and we've inferred what we've inferred. I'm guessing it went well enough with the two of us. Maybe it was a little easier. The thought of talking to somebody while doing that sort of work is probably also kind of nice. I'm sure I was able to learn a lot from seeing his approach to things that I might be able to apply to my own meal preparedness.
That really went by fast. The work is so much more efficient with two of us.
Yeah.
Here, you take some too. It's perfect for a midnight snack, since it won't really put on fat.
Wonderful. Iron Athlete Meal. That sounds cool.
I know your diet is important for building a strong body, but I'll admit, I'm not much of a cook.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I can totally admit that too. It's not nothing to necessarily be proud of, but it's the reality of things. And by doing it more often, you get better, like all things, so. Knowing what you like, preparing what you like, and enjoying it as best you can, that's the foundation of it all.
I could use your help again sometime, if you don't mind. I might be able to try something more elaborate with your help.
Yeah, that sounds like a win-win. I'd love to do that.
Maybe I should buy some pig's feet. I hear they're rich in collagen.
I've heard Hagakure Ramen's rich in collagen. Can we just go there instead? Well, that was fun. Getting to spend some time with him, see things that way. End the day that way. So yeah, that was the end of Wednesday the 24th. I'm going to head us back to the desk. Let's talk about it. Okay, so here we are. That was the end of Wednesday the 24th, and it was another great day. I had a lot of fun seeing the different sites around, talking to the different people. I mean, there were definitely the challenges throughout the day as well, so I'm not going to say it was all super great and happy time, but there was a lot that went on, despite seeing, only glimpses of certain parts of it. Before school, I got to walk to school with Junpei, and we both kind of noticed that Yukari's been really fixated on what we don't know about the Shadows and Tartarus, kind of coming off of Saturday's revelations feeling more behind than informed. Which is an unfortunate takeaway, but it's not a wrong takeaway. It does really help me showcase and see as well how much we don't know. And it's so easy to think that by having a bit of new information, we're totally prepared. And so that's not the case. Knowing that, it does kind of keep reality on hand. It's like, we do still need to keep looking. We can't let up now. But I don't want to fall into that spiral of knowing that there's so much we don't know that it's not worth trying anymore because we'll never figure it out. So seeing both Yukari and Junpei kind of encapsulate both sides of that It really did kind of give me perspective in the middle of it. The school day itself was nothing special. Classes went and came and went, learned what I learned. Hopefully they went well, but it didn't call us out as anything other than that, so I felt good about that. I had all sorts of things I was thinking about trying to do with my afternoon, but I received that text from Maiko talking about running away again, and that just had to take priority for me. I made my way over to the shrine in the afternoon, and thankfully she was there, and she was just fine. She hadn't run away yet. And she was still committed to that plan. Right off the bat, it kind of made me concerned. I mean, no, as concerned, if not more so than I already was, because she hadn't given up on that idea. Her parents are still fighting, and it's really taking a toll on her, so I feel terrible that she's experiencing that, but she still wants to run away to get them to prove that they care about her. And so she was asking, what goes into preparing to run away? I need snacks and my insurance card, right? That's all I need? And I tried to get her to see that realistically it would take a lot more than that. So that did get her thinking. It's like, okay, maybe I do need my pajamas and, my toothbrush. She just, that didn't deter her, though. If anything, that kind of steeled her resolve to know what goes into it now and to put that thought into it and to prepare properly. And so she just reaffirmed that I'm going to do it. I have to do it because that's the only way I can get my parents to stop fighting. And I hated to hear that because I don't want her to do that. It sounds dangerous. It just, it's a bad situation all around. It's hard to really take any direction on that and say, oh, this is how you fix that, because it's not an easy thing to fix. It's a well-written social link in that regard, so it really, it pulls you in and it makes you make tough decisions. So I love that side of it, but those are tough decisions to be making. But she's going to continue to prepare to run away, and it doesn't sound like anybody can talk her out of that. So I walked her back to her place. Thankfully, I was able to escort her all the way this time. I felt at least a little responsible doing that. It will be interesting to see where the story goes next. I hope I can just see her back at Naganaki Shrine, smiling like before, and that all of this can be put behind us. At the end of the interaction, I was kind of hoping that her parents will notice what she's doing and, in a proper, real, responsible, good parenting way, address it. There's a lot of hope at this point, and I guess I'll do what I can to just continue to be on Maiko's side going forward. So that was the afternoon time. Brought me to the evening. Things looked again pretty status quo there as well. The usual ads from the different businesses around town. No social links. I didn't go to Tartarus. The only thing that was a little different was Akihiko wanted to do some cooking. I hadn't done anything like that with him before. And earlier in the month we had that tour of the dorm, and the kitchen was cleaned out and ready to be used, so that sounded like a good experience. It was going to kind of be fun to just see a different side of Akihiko and how seriously he takes food preparation and getting ready for stuff like that. I know that I don't know a lot about cooking either, so this was a good experience for me to learn more to sustain myself going forward. So the two of us worked on chicken and broccoli and just boiling things and portioning it all out and getting it in the freezer, just so that it's all ready and on hand with the exact right portions for when we need them. And that really fit the mentality I see Akihiko approaching so much of his activities with. But also to see that does kind of go across all the different disciplines. It's not just his training. It's his training, it's his studying, it's his food. It's a core aspect of who he is. And so to see it reflected there just kind of further rounded him out as a character with that solid core. So it was fun to spend time with him. He also seemed to appreciate it. Said it went by a lot quicker and it was more fun having somebody there to talk to. So he invited me back to do it again. I must have done okay as his assistant there. And he wants next time for us to do something a little more complicated since there'll be two of us working on it. So I'm excited to try that next time he's got some time and wants to do that. And he shared some of the food with me, so that was an added bonus. But it was nice to just take that easy evening, learning some new stuff in a safe, fun environment, being in the dorm all ready for the evening and just enjoying the time. Getting to spend time with Akihiko, kind of like spending time with Junpei reading manga the other day too. And I just want to get closer to all the other people at the dorm the same way going forward. But that was how I spent the evening. Had a lot of fun, got some food out of it, got to know Akihiko a bit more. So I headed up to my room in the evening, coming off of a busy day. I felt like I did a lot as I look back on it. So probably tired enough, was ready to get to bed and rest up for tomorrow. So that was the way Wednesday, June 24th came to a close. I felt like it was a great day, and I'm looking forward to all the next days being just as fun. I want to thank you so much for being here with the journey today. It's great having other people here to watch, and I really appreciate it. My name is Tom Shima. I stream this Persona A Day series live every day at 12:30 Eastern Time. I've got that schedule up on Twitch to convert in your local time in case that's easier for you. But if you're ever available, I would love to have you live. I also know that real life is busy and other obligations have to take priority, so I have every day uploaded to YouTube on a playlist. So if you want to watch the current day or catch up on any other previous day, every one of those days is available for viewing at your own convenience and whatever works best for you. I hope we all have a wonderful Wednesday, June 24th. We're kind of at that midpoint of the week now, so hopefully we can see the end of things in sight, that we're making good progress now, so that we can earn that fun, easy time once the responsibilities calm down a bit. We'll just keep doing our best. I know you can do it. I'll be right there with you, and together we'll make it through. I've been Tom Shima. Thank you again so much for being here, and I hope we can do this again sometime. Until then, take care and goodbye.